So, the first thing that I want to hop into as my first proper vlog sort of back is the subject of slow living. Something that I became, as you can imagine, and as you could probably hear from the fact that I am indeed still very much ill in my head and chest. What was very much brought acutely to my attention is my own personal desire to live a more slow and intentional life. Meaning, not that I suddenly stopped doing things, simply that the pace by which, I guess you could say, I organize my life or that I live my life according to is, in a way, intentionally slower. Why? So that you can appreciate the small moments, so that you are not always rushing from place to place to place, from thing to thing to thing, distraction to distraction to distraction. Although I obviously was sick in the process of learning somewhat of this lesson, it really was hit hard, as you can imagine, because again, you can hear just how deeply this has affected my actual system. And again, the reason I wanted to do just a very short vlog about slow living is that in having really no choice, having no choice except to accept being at a very, very slow, to me, what felt like snail's pace, because I was in bed for 5 to 6 days. And those vlogs were no joke. Genuinely, I don't think I barely even got out of bed for 5 or 6 days. And every little, let's just say I have a very new appreciation for every little thing that your body does for you, because I would lift an arm to grab some liquids or something to drink, and it would just wind me. It was crazy. It gave me so much bigger of an appreciation for, one, our bodies and all that they do for us, and that honestly we mostly take for granted as able-bodied folks. And two, how much we can often, I don't know if I mentioned this, and perhaps I will. One of the reasons that I believe that I got so incredibly sick is essentially that I was keeping these emotions about something I was going through inside. And as you probably know, bottling things up, keeping them inside, stuffing it down over time is not a good thing. And I do believe that when I finally confronted this thing, which was for me very, very difficult, and addressed it, it made me sick, because quite honestly, I hadn't really, well, I'd had lots of time to process, but there's only so much processing you can do before you actually take an action and then jump into the thing. And you know what I mean by that is you can only anticipate so much. And so the effect that the stress and the, I don't really know how to put it, the things that I wasn't addressing in my mind regarding this situation, or that I was shoving down or putting away and over and over and over, really just kind of almost erupted in a very physical sense to sit me down and be like, you have to address this. And I think that as a potential way shower of other ways to live to people out there that are more healthy, more happy and joyful than what we have perhaps been taught, I aim now to intentionally be a bit more slow with the things that I do. Does that mean that I'm necessarily going to talk more slowly? Well, no. In this video, yes, because I'm still ill, and doing my best to be mindful of not overexerting my body, because believe it or not, guys, no joke. I mean, I think I may have spoken this in one of my last vlogs, that I was so stressed about just being in all these germs from my bed that the one morning I woke up and felt like I had a little itty bitty bit more energy. I stripped the whole bed and threw it all into the washer to get clean, and immediately knew that I had overdone all of my energy for the day. Like, that if this is a normal person's energy battery and this is mine, typically when I was sick I had none. And so I already knew that I had completely obliterated my energy for the day. And that's something which, quite frankly, that experience of really every little task, be that walking upstairs, grabbing a glass of liquids to drink, whether that's whatever, for that to be so taxingly hard on my body, to feel like I genuinely had like 100-pound weights strapped to every finger and every limb, was wild. And it made me appreciate my body, for one, and to realize that, look, body. You know, you and I are in this together. So whereas maybe I've spent the past many years neglecting you, you and I are a team now. So let's keep talking, you know, let's have a slower dialogue and we'll talk and work with each other. What I'm essentially saying is that if slow living appeals to you in any way, I'd highly invite you to take that on. To again, it's not that slow living is stopping. It's more that slow living is this intentional thing. It's about how you use your energy. At least that's the sense I get. And I need to do a lot more research about it to see if, yes, this is fully really something I want to do, or it's just a matter of pace change for me. Regardless, I feel that as humans in our society right now, one thing that we could all benefit from, and that is why I'm making the video, is slowing down, purposefully slowing down. And again, one of the reasons being the thing that I see out there as well as experienced myself was that my mental emotions, you know, we run from our thoughts and our emotions a lot rather than just face them head on and deal with them. And the result of me running and running and running and not even facing how I myself felt about things and then processing it caused me to ultimately get sick. And so in the efforts to prevent you all from experiencing the same thing or similar things, I invite you to take the time to understand why do you do certain things. Like, you understand yourself first and foremost, and that's something I'm still working on. Of course, I'm not claiming to be some guru about that by any stretch. I do think we should know ourselves first. And so learn yourself, learn your body, learn your capacity, and work with your body. And I just find that in the days where I've done that, it's so much more pleasant than feeling like you're constantly having to rush from here to there to everywhere to keep up with this crazy pace of life, which actually doesn't behoove our general overall health. So that's all I wanted to share for today. And again, as I'm kind of sick, I'm trying to keep these a little bit more on the concise side. So if this has helped you to see anything in a different way, please do share this with anyone you think it might serve. Subscribe, as that greatly helps me out as a small content creator to get the message out to those who need to hear it. And last but not least, if you, my beautiful spirit soul, need any support or health coaching, please don't hesitate to reach out at this email address, where it would be my genuine pleasure to serve you in the best way that I can. So have a beautiful and a blessed rest of your day or night whenever you're seeing this, and I will see you, gorgeous cats, in the next video. Namaste and much love. Stay healthy. Bye. I stripped the whole bed and threw it all into the washer to get clean, and immediately knew that I had overdone all of my energy for the day. I had a little itty bitty bit more energy to feel like I genuinely had like 100-pound weights strapped to every finger and every limb. One thing that we could all benefit from, and that is why I'm making the video, is slowing down. Let's keep talking.